My name's Stephanie. I was born in Australia and raised in Hong Kong. So around 4 years ago, I moved back from Australia to Hong Kong and started working. But then I realized that, I'm trained as a professional actuary. I'm a qualified actuary. But then after a few years of working in the field, I realized that it's not quite what I really enjoy. I've been working in the life insurance industry ever since I graduated, but then I realized that rather than focusing on the technical number crunching type of role, I wanted to do something that would have a more direct scaled impact. So I thought maybe I could do an MBA to broaden my horizons, sharpen my soft skills, improve my business acumen, and meet new people. So that's how I decided to leave my job behind for a while and do an MBA and really invest in myself and hopefully come out as a better person. MBA, it's a master's degree that is not, in a way, not very specialized compared to, like a master's in marketing, a master's in finance. Yet it still gives you a very good overview of the different aspects of business that would be important to you. And also, I feel like it gives me the opportunity to meet like-minded people, but with very different background. And that's indeed what I managed to do. Like through this program, I met a lot of different yet amazing people. And that's probably what I enjoyed the most from this experience. And also, even before I applied for an MBA, I was just talking to different people. I was listening to podcasts, and it just felt like MBA is where I should go to really expand my horizons and move out of my comfort zone, yet stay within the business, field. It wasn't an easy decision either. So I've been having it at the back of my mind for a while. I always knew that, well, I didn't always know, but then after working for a few years, I kind of realized that actuarial studies wasn't where I really enjoyed, and I didn't see myself being very successful in that field. So that was when I decided to leave Australia and come back to Hong Kong. So I started working as a consultant because I thought as a consultant, I would have a broader view working with different clients in the Asia Pacific region as well, because Hong Kong, is the center of Asia Pacific region. But still, I was still kind of stuck in this role that's, people still see you as a technical specialist. And I wasn't getting much satisfaction out of what I was doing. So I was like, what about doing that MBA degree? And I knew if I just kept pushing it back, I would never end up doing it. So, I just started doing more research on it, talking to more people. I must say the HKUST community is great. Like just from talking to students back then when I wasn't sure what to do, they were very helpful, very, very approachable. And I felt like I wanted to be them. I wanted to have that experience. It sounded like they had a lot of fun and it sounded like a worthwhile investment. So that's how I started the application process. There was a time when I was still a bit lost. And I forgot who said this to me, but someone said to me, you need to convince yourself that you need this MBA before you can convince anyone else, right? Because you always get people asking you, why are you doing an MBA? Like you're still asking me this question today. And if I wasn't sure myself deep inside that I wanted to commit to this and make this investment in myself, then, other people would question you as well. So, I had to do some soul searching and really try to figure out why I wanted to do this, what I want from this experience. So I guess just, having a better understanding of yourself and take that leap of faith once you know this is what you want to do. I was born in Australia and I grew up in Hong Kong. So I spent most of my childhood in Hong Kong. And then I completed my high school and university degree in Australia, worked there for a few years and came back to Hong Kong. The main reason I came back to Hong Kong was Hong Kong seemed to be a more exciting place, both in terms of work and in terms of life outside of work. So for work, it's the Asia Pacific hub. You get to see more things across different region, and it's very interesting, how all these different cities in the region are slightly different, but yet they're all so close to each other. And outside of work, it's just a lot of fun. Like, I love traveling, and it's so easy. Well, back in the days, it was so easy to just go to Thailand, Taiwan, Vietnam from Hong Kong. So that's how I decided to move back to Hong Kong. And I knew, at least in the short term, I wanted to stay in Hong Kong. So it made sense for me to do this MBA degree in Hong Kong, to build a broader network and, learn more about this place and, develop myself in this place. Why HKUST? Obviously, HKUST has the best MBA program in Hong Kong, well, in the region, actually. And I guess the main, the number one reason I would say why I picked HKUST was really because of the people, the community. I've mentioned how the students, the alumni, they were all very approachable. They would, they were always up to, come out to grab a drink, even though like we were pretty much strangers. I was just someone that wanted to do an MBA, and, they were willing to spend an hour to talk to me about their experience and gave me lots of very valuable advice. So I felt like it was a very, open-minded, vibrant, approachable community, and I wanted to be a part of this community. And aside from the alumni, the staff as well were amazing. Like, I'm sure from your experience, they would just go out of your way to help you. And I knew I wanted to be surrounded by these people and become a part of this community. Our cohort, we basically had to do all of our classes in hybrid mode because of COVID. But, I could feel that the professors were really trying very, very hard to make things work for us, even though, like, despite the limitations of not being in the same room or all sorts of different, circumstances that might have popped up, they really, really did what they could to give us the best experience we could ever have. Very, very different. An actuarial degree is a lot more specialized. Like, we had to do a lot of statistics. We were mainly just learning about, all the statistical modeling, probabilities, I specialize in life insurance. Whereas an MBA, it's a lot broader. Like, we learn about many different things. And also with the MBA degree, we had more flexibility to choose what we want to learn, right? Say, I am interested in people management, in general management. So I had the flexibility to spend my academic credit, most of my academic credit on those type of courses. Whereas, with the actuarial degree, especially as an undergrad degree, it was more structured. So we were basically told what we should be doing. Whereas here, like, we're free to explore what we want to do, what we're passionate about, what we want to improve on, and really, pick what we want to learn. Yeah, obviously there are the core courses as well, but there was a lot more flexibility. The career services, I guess I'm a little bit different. I am lucky in the way that I was already based in Hong Kong. So I had a lot less problems in terms of visa, or like, other visa and like networking problems, not problems, but like I had some people that I already knew in Hong Kong. So I guess it was a lot easier for me. So to me, the career team was more like a counselor to me. Like, I would go to them when I have questions, like when I'm nervous about something, when I'm not sure what I should do or how I should handle certain situations. I would talk to them and they would give me advice as a friend, as a companion, as a counselor. So it's more like I'm a little bit different though, compared to most of the MBA students. But they were very nice people, very supportive people. And I still keep in touch with them. So for my summer internship, I spent 3 months at Sun Life, a life insurance company based in Canada. I was working at the Asia regional office, focusing on change management and customer experience. And it was a very, very fun and interesting experience because number one, it was still within the life insurance industry, which is something I've always been familiar with. But then I got to see the different side of life insurance because I've always focused on the technical finance kind of side of things, like the more, number crunching role. But then with this role, I really got to see how insurance is sold, what people struggle with. My role was on change management. So one of the projects that I worked on was trying to figure out why advisors are not using digital methods, even though the company had launched all these digital tools. Like, why are they still insisting on using paper? So it was very interesting because I got to talk to actual agents that sell insurance from different regions, and try to understand what they're struggling with. So it was eye-opening, to really talk to these agents to understand their perspective and try to come up with a strategy to help them adopt these digital tools. So I'm very grateful for this opportunity to try something very different. It definitely has, like, as you said, I don't mind staying in the life insurance industry, but I realized that even though I've always been, I've had experience in the past before the MBA where I tried to apply for jobs that were not actuarial roles, but people just didn't really have the confidence in me in making that switch. But through the MBA, I guess I really gained more confidence. I realized that, maybe I can give it a try. Maybe I can do this. Like, there are like skills and knowledge from my past experience as an actuary that I can still bring forward. But, with the soft skills, the business acumen, and the way of thinking, it really helps me combine everything together to, apply it in a slightly different role, but still within the same industry. So I think that's how it has helped me. We were a unique bunch because we had a very small class size. Typically, there would be around 100, I think, in the full-time class every year. But, because of COVID and the situation in Hong Kong back then, we had only around 40 people in our class. And I was very fortunate to be selected as a class representative. So I really got to work with the class a lot. Not just working, but, interact with the class a lot during the past year. And I love my class. Like, we are a nice bunch. And although we had a small class, I think it was actually a good thing for us because we were a lot closer. We were a lot tighter because of that. We have very diverse background as well, both culturally and in terms of like our industry background. But then one thing I came to realize is that we came here because we wanted to meet different people. So we should respect that difference and always remember that everybody's different. We don't have to be the same. But yet, it doesn't mean when someone's different from you, it doesn't mean that they are wrong. And it doesn't mean that I'm always right. We just have to embrace that difference and respect that difference. Everybody says this, like all of my senior alumni, everybody tells us this, but really just enjoy it because time flies. Like, there are moments when it's very stressful with all the assessment, assignment, group projects, but enjoy it because you took at least 1 year off to invest in this MBA, to invest in yourself. So enjoy it because before you know it, it'll be over. So have fun, enjoy it, and respect the differences and embrace the differences.